Have you ever noticed how uncomfortable silence can feel? When there's no music, no phone, no background noise, something inside us feels uneasy. It's subtle at first, a strange restlessness, a feeling that something is missing. We live in a world full of sound, notifications, videos, voices, constant information. So when everything suddenly becomes quiet, the mind doesn't relax, it reacts. But why does silence feel so uncomfortable? Why do so many people avoid it? And what is silence actually revealing about the human mind? Today we're going to explore the psychology behind silence and what it tells us about ourselves. Part 1. What happens in the brain during silence? Silence doesn't calm the brain immediately. In fact, for many people, it does the opposite. When external noise disappears, the brain turns inward. Thoughts become louder. Memories resurface. Unfinished conversations replay. Your mind jumps from the past to the future, often skipping the present moment completely. Psychologists refer to this as internal noise. This is the constant stream of thoughts that normally stays hidden behind music, videos, and distractions. In silence, there's nothing blocking it. And for many people, this internal noise to focus on fear and worry. Without distractions, the mind starts asking questions. What if something goes wrong? What if I made the wrong decision? What if the future doesn't work out? Silence removes escape routes. There's no music to hide behind, no scrolling to distract the mind. So the brain fills the gap with thoughts. And unfortunately, the brain often prioritizes negative thoughts first. This isn't weakness, it's biology. Part 3. The role of modern life. In today's world, silence is rare. From the moment we wake up, we check our phones, we listen to videos, we scroll, we consume. Over time, the brain becomes dependent on constant stimulation. Dopamine, the brain's reward chemical, gets released with every notification. Every new piece of information. Silence offers no dopamine, no reward, no distraction. So silence begins to feel unfamiliar, and unfamiliar feels unsafe to the brain. That's why many people reach for their phone the moment things get quiet, not because they're bored, but because silence feels uncomfortable. Part 4. What silence reveals about you? Silence acts like a mirror. It reflects emotions that are usually ignored. Stress, fear, loneliness, regret. For some people, silence brings clarity. For others, it brings discomfort. The difference isn't silence itself. It's the relationship you have with your own thoughts. If the mind is constantly running, silence feels overwhelming. If the mind is calm, silence feels peaceful. Silence doesn't create problems, it reveals them. Part 5. Why silence is actually powerful. Despite being uncomfortable, silence has incredible benefits. It improves focus. It increases emotional awareness. It reduces mental overload. Silence allows the brain to process emotions instead of escaping them. That's why meditation works. That's why journaling helps. That's why quiet walks feel healing. Silence gives the mind space to breathe. Conclusion. Silence isn't empty. It's full of information. The discomfort we feel isn't caused by silence itself, but by the thoughts it reveals. Learning to sit with silence is learning to understand your own mind, and understanding your mind is the first step toward mental clarity. If you enjoyed this deep psychology breakdown, subscribe to MindSpark Asia for more content about the human mind. Silence may feel uncomfortable, but it's where self-awareness begins.